got a couple of problems.
Yes.
One, I live in a concrete jungle where there's no topsoil. And with limited resources, how I can be able to start up a container garden?
Well, that's easy. The first thing is that you could get topsoil come into your house, so you don't have to look for topsoil around your house. You can always bring in your topsoil and you can mix with topsoil. The second thing is that we're doing container gardening. So I want to show you some containers that you could use around your house so that you could grow your crops in. Now, for example, this is a container that you may have at home. You could reuse and you could cut out the bottle and you could use this to plant lettuce, a tomato, or something like that. See, so you don't have to purchase any container.
Seriously?
Seriously.
And this can carry enough soil to sustain the plant?
That is correct. Okay, another container. It is slightly bigger, but it's something you use at home, and we're going to reuse these containers instead of throwing them away so that you can plant food in. Okay, this smaller container, by the way, you use this for things like thyme and basil, those small herbs. See, it's not a big container, but it's big enough to sustain those small crops.
But this is one you have to purchase though.
But this is a couple of cents, and normally you would get this from a hardware store.
Okay, so I can't find a little container in the house to that?
Of course, of course. Okay, and then the bigger containers, okay, which may carry the bigger trees, or the tomatoes and the eggplant trees. And then you could also use these plastic containers that we have here, these drums. I got a friend of mine and he put up the board around it because, you know, at my age I can't bend down to do everything. So we elevate the containers off the ground so we can use these containers.
But I have another question. I ain't got no lot of money and I gotta purchase the topsoil to put in this. How much topsoil I gotta use to put in this?
I can tell you about that, but not a lot of soil. But what is important is when you purchase these containers, make sure they didn't have any chemicals in them. You want containers that don't have any chemicals because the chemicals may affect the plant. And you could use tires, you could use blocks, you could use anything like that around your garden, around your house so that you could grow your crops.
This is so sounding more easier than I ever anticipated, boy.
I know you can find containers. I know you can find containers.
Definitely.
One other thing when you're selecting your containers, make sure you have holes at the bottom so that the water will penetrate out of the container and the soil will remain as dry as possible. Even this drum, I have holes in the bottom so it allows the water to go out. We're going to put on our gloves and we're going to collect some soil and we're going to mix the soil and put it in some containers.
Yeah, thanks, Romeo. I need all the help I could get.
Yeah, we're going to give you all the help today. Oh, you got your gloves on?
Yes. Ready to go.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over and get some soil so that we can mix the soil.
Sure.
Just remember to hold strength on your back, bend your knees and not your back. And try not to put too much in so it won't be too difficult for you. Okay, I'm going to let you try taking up some of the mold and putting it in the bunker.
All right, thanks, Romeo.
Okay, that's correct. Right, okay, let's pull it down. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, Lynette, that's enough. Okay. That's enough, okay? Since it's a full pancake, I will take it across to the area where we're going to work. That's no problem at all. Okay, you can follow me this way.
All right, I'll walk with the shovel.
Okay. And we're going to add potting mix to the soil so that you will have a better quality soil when you plant your crops. So we're going to just add about 50-50. So if you have 1 bucket of soil, you add 1 bucket of potting mix, and we're going to incorporate it all together. And if you look and see, this potting mix is a darker color, and it also has some organic matter in it as well. So let's mix it all together.
All right. Just
with your hands, you have on your gloves, and we're going to mix it together. And what is important, if you squeeze the soil together, you make sure it's not too clumpy, it's loose, so that's good for the root development.
Right, it feels nice though.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So once you mix it correctly, we're ready to put it in our containers.